In an exclusive sit-down interview with 8 News, Wenrich shares what life has been like, what it was like behind bars, and how his family is doing since he got home. 8 News reporter Roland Wilson joining us live now in studio after speaking with Wenrich and his family. And Roland, how have they adjusted at this point?
Well, Eric, Deanna, it's been a slow adjustment, but one word that the Wenrich family used to describe this entire ordeal has been surreal. Now, in tonight's sit down with the family, I could just see the joy on their faces and how they're looking back on this situation. Take a look.
There you go.
Today, moments in the Wenrich household are filled with a lot of joy and laughter. But for Tyler and Jerrianne Wenrich, spending quality time with their 1-year-old as a family is something they weren't sure they would be able to do again. In an exclusive sit-down interview with the Louisa family, the two shared how a dream in paradise turned into a complete nightmare in the matter of hours, starting with a bachelor party cruise in April.
We had a great time during those couple days that I was there, and it was a lot of fun being with all of our friends and being able to explore these different things.
After a day of taking in what Turks and Caicos has to offer, the group went back to the ship.
That's when they scanned my bag, found the one round, scanned it again, found the second one. I didn't realize how much trouble I was getting in until I was told to get back off the boat and start talking to the detectives.
The rounds found in his gun range bag led to his arrest for a crime that, until last week, carried a mandatory minimum 12-year sentence on the island.
It was really scary, especially in the first couple hours of getting the phone call from his dad, trying to look up online, like, what is all the laws and regulations, and then whenever it comes up 12 years, mandatory, I'm like, oh my goodness.
At home, she grappled with the thought of her son growing up without his father. Tyler shared those same concerns behind bars.
I obviously thought about Jerrianne and Everett a lot, and that's usually what kind of broke me, but I also just had a lot of praying, and I kind of dove into the Bible, and I was just keeping my head in there and just believing that I was going to come home.
Tyler says it was his faith and support from friends, family, and complete strangers that got him through his 2 weeks behind bars before a judge granted him bail on May 1st. After pleading guilty to 2 counts of ammunition possession, he waited to learn whether the judge would extend him grace or sentence him to 12 or more years. He finally got his answer on May 28th.
I was very relieved that the judge found that it was unjust to do that and decided to let me come home.
Days later, a reunion over a month in the making.
It was also nice to see in person the people that have been helping and keeping the story alive.
Since then, the two say getting back in the groove of everyday life, spending time together as a family, hasn't been difficult.
It's nice to be in the comfort of my own home again and around people that I love and that love me. It's been amazing.
As for any future travel plans, Tyler says this situation isn't stopping them from living out their travel dreams.
I have learned a valuable lesson as far as, I mean, I'm buying new travel bags to go just travel because I'm keeping all of that separate.
Such a heartwarming update there. And Tyler says even though he's been given the opportunity to come home, his heart is still with those Americans who are still going through this process or have gone through this process.
Yeah, and obviously that was a fairly long road for him, but this process is now changing in Turks and Caicos.
That's true. We recently learned, media reports have reported that the island has changed and is now revising part of that firearm policy. This would help clarify the exceptional circumstances that could reduce the sentence in a situation like this.
So not everybody would be looking at that mandatory 12 years, just as 3 Americans so far have not.
Of course, a totally different outcome for maybe some in the future.
Really a heartwarming story. Glad that you were able to follow it all the way to the end, Roland. Thank you very much.